Coleman Young.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think I seen something about the anniversary of y'all performance or something, like been 10 years.
Man, yeah. That was our record release party for Champagne Nights Red Stripe Budget. Actually, it was like, it might have been like 11 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yes, like, you know how Facebook memories and stuff come up?
Yeah, that's what I seen.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. It went by so fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember not thinking that it was really going to be a thing. And then, it was happening. And now it's 11 years later.
So did y'all get everything you wanted? Was it superstardom? Was it a start? Was it we just trying to put some music together? What was the expectations?
Well, initially, we was all just on the open mic scene, just like individual solo artists, and just started to like build friendships off of that. Like, oh man, you dope. We should work on something. We should hang out,
Yeah.
And then, through that, just supporting each other, it was like, well, why don't we just collaborate on this project? And I don't even know that it was actually supposed to be like a long-standing group at first. I think it was just a real get together and do this one thing. And then it became like a group because, that went so well and we had so much fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think there's definitely, if I think about the run we had, like I definitely think we could have pushed harder in some areas, but as far as just like building the bonds and the friendship and creating something that, none of us really expected us all coming.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we got a lot out of it.
So then there were three.
Then there were three.
Julian, I'm happy to go onto that route. And what's that?
And we're still doing our own things. We added Mike Phelps' brother, Max Adams, to the group.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah. So that's family. And it's just you got four grown men schedules, 4 individual lives, and it's like it's just there are barriers to getting together to always create on the timetable that you want to. But we are working on stuff, and we don't have any firm deadlines in place now. It's just like when life allows, and when it's time, we're going to share what we've been working on.
Working with the kids.
Yeah, working in higher education. So I worked in a multicultural support center. And then I also like facilitated a couple of like programs like our annual men's retreat. We had a peer support group called Circle of Brotherhood that I ran. I did our African American Celebration Month programming. So that was a lot of fun because I had never had a job before where I was able to incorporate my identity as an MC or my hip hop identity. Yeah. And there I was able to do that. Okay. So when we did the men's retreat, so I would do these workshops where, even if you weren't a rapper or a poet, we would do these writing workshops just so people could get comfortable sharing their narrative. Learn to express themselves, have intergroup dialogue. And so, and those would be moments for me to be, use my uncle's superpowers and then show them that I MC too. And that was just another way to bridge the connection and to show that, hey, yeah, they're professionals.
Oh, so I know. So like, did you tell them that you rap like right off rip?
Nah.
Or did you like let somebody go and be like, I got something too? And they're like, you ain't got nothing. And then you just cracked them upside the head.
So that's kind of what it was like. So basically, it was kind of like an icebreaker. So I had like 2 students who was like, oh yeah, we MC, we do this. And so I was like, hey man, why don't you open it up for the rest of the group? And it's like, oh man, well I don't want to set it off and have everybody else be. And it's like, okay. So it was just real timid and everybody was kind of reluctant to share. I was like, well, I'll start. And so, I gave him a couple bars and it was like,
you didn't say that.
It was like, yo. So yeah, it was that, and to kind of show that, hey, yeah, I'm a fan of this too. I grew up in this culture too. And that's like a major thing in higher education, especially like with Black and brown students on predominantly white campuses. Usually they have to assimilate to whatever the dominant culture is there. And so it's important to have like culturally responsive programming where it's like, okay, I'm away from home. This might be my first time being in an environment where I feel like the minority. When I went to high school, everybody else is black, looked like me. Now I'm the only black person on the floor of my dorm. I'm usually one of the only black people in my classrooms. But I have these professionals and I have these office where it's like they understand my experiences. They understand what I'm into. They look like me and experience, the same challenges in life that I have. And so, and that was real cool.
To get to connect and bring them all together, and you're away from home, but you're not alone.
Yeah, exactly. Prior to that, every job I've ever had, you go to work and it's like you don't talk about, you doing shows at night or you working on an album or you trying to go on tour.
Hey, bring that up.
Yeah, you don't bring that up.
Yeah, bring that up. That has nothing to do with what we're doing here.
It's like you assimilate.
Is that on the spreadsheet? That's not on the spreadsheet. It's
not on the spreadsheet.
Bring up what's only on the spreadsheet.
That's good.
Hey, what up? This is Nathan Chase. I got on my Justin Verlander hat with the curve on it. I'm sitting up here with Kopelli. We on Street Raps. Hey, Kopelli, what you up to, man?
Hey man, just came to share some bars with the family, man.
That's what's
good.
up. Street Raps, Kopelli, Nathan Chase. We about to get into it.
Okay.
Hello neighbor, be grateful when you wake up. Try not to settle for the price them suckers wanna pay you. Tell them buzzards in the budget, booking fee is way up. I'm finishing these buckets, double clutching with the layup. Folio is lit, revenues in different flavors. Came to represent with the movers and the shakers. Discussing who's the greatest, different views from the debaters. I'm opting out the topic, focus zoomed into the paper. Splendidly amended my approach. Don't timidly pretend to be the GOAT. Cause fake it till you make it, that's the silliest of quotes. Keep the basics till you dope. Intentional investment in your growth. $1 and a prayer to stay afloat. Practicing the balance of it, mastering the tactics, taking notes. Apply it till you thriving with it, multiply the digits. They said the sky's the limit, but I denied the physics and testified how I defied the critics. Blessed to rise with legends I can mimic and learn to recognize when I should pivot. Projected in the mental, then I live it. My daily affirmations, go and get it, go and get it. This inspired by boss women that floss different. Building businesses, all decisions are cost driven. For every mission lost a false vision. There was a lesson that we left with, not a game is set, we all winning. Better to check if I'm involved in it. Better respect the hunger, feast until it's all finished. Hey look, pales never flinch. This is melanin excellence. Weather the tribulations with effortless clever wit. Snakes infested your clique, I suggest you sever quick. Learn to leverage your gift, then you left with better splits. 7 years since my last release. I've been watching the clock hands. Now I feel my time is within reach. I'm back to pocket profits with the speech. Job is never complete. I'm trying to see that everybody eats. Yeah, everybody eats. Pals, Street Raps.
After them bars, Verlander comes off, hoodie comes on. Man. All right. That was cold.
Appreciate you, brother.
What we got coming up?
So, just still just working and creating, man. The PhD stuff takes up a lot of time. I'm incorporating the art into that. New Coleman Young work is on the way. I have a project coming out with Eddie Logics. I just started working on a project with Doc Illingsworth. Really excited about those two things. I have a song placed in a movie that's coming out this summer. It's a movie called Zola.
What?
Yeah, so it's based on a Twitter story from some years ago. They got a lot of shine like Rolling Stone and stuff like that. So I have an old song in place in that I did with Mr. called Astoria. It's gonna be in that movie. So
Man.
pretty excited about that.
Yeah, man.
And just finding ways to navigate the pandemic and create, man. It's like, it's therapy. So, that's like the happy place, the safe place. So, you can find stuff Pale CMY on SoundCloud. The Coleman Young Bandcamp, still some stuff, and also on my Instagram, it's just Law Young 313, because that's I use that as a hub for my art and my work as an educator. So
Okay.
so yeah, this definitely you can find the work there.
Kopelli, Nathan Chase, Street Raps. Congratulations on the marriage.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Wonderful. You should run for mayor one day. You got the look.
We'll see what happens.
Hey, I just talked them into it. You never know what happens on Street Raps. Nathan Chase, we out.